Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video for you. This video is all about how many active users do we actually have on Veve right now. I really want to break into it, get into the numbers, talk about what that means for us today, what that means for us in the future. Now, if you like the video, please comment down below as well. Please hit like. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, these are the kind of videos I do. So please subscribe. That would be great to see you again. And if you want to join the channel membership, that would be great. It's $1 a month, helps support the channel, and you get involved in our free NFT project, which I'll show you at the end of the video. So stick around for that. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and that's where I'd love to have the conversation with you as well, aside from commenting down below. The links are in the description of all my videos, and I will follow you back. That's what I like to do for sure. So anyway, let's get into this, everybody. I want to talk about how many active users we really do have on Veve right now. Now, it's impossible to fully know unless Veve tells us themselves, and they have in the past. They put stuff out, but there's some hints about it. But you can go on to a specific website and you can actually check out how many active people we have. It looks like how many wallets anyway that we have, or unique wallets. So we'll get into that in just a second. I'm going to give you my thoughts about what that means and where we're at, and what that means for the future of Veve, and kind of what my thought is and my opinion is about what you should be doing today. Now, none of this is financial advice. This is just from a collector, and this is all my opinion. So please let me know yours as well. So let's get into it, everybody. So how many active users do we have? Like, how many? Like, we really want to know. Some people say 2 million, 3 million, whatever, right? I think it's a lot lower than that, everybody, and I think that's okay. Let's check this out right here. So check it out. So if you actually, follow Veve like I do, I'm sure you do as well, you can actually see on, their social medias, their socials, about like some of the stuff, the information they put out. I think a lot of it is outdated. I don't think they've really given us like the current amount of info. I'd really love them to. I mean, I think it's totally great to be fully transparent and to know exactly how many people are, in here in terms of like active wallets, because, I have 2 in my house, right? And it is two different people, but it is still just our house. But I still count it as 2 because they're 2 separate iPhone accounts. So those are 2 wallets right there, right? And we do the drops together and everything, but it's not just me with 2 phones. So it is, that there's 2 there. But there are people who have more than 1 account just themselves, and that's totally cool as well. So if you actually check out, Veve's page right here, this is actually, if I just zoom in right here on this is from Twitter. Okay, so this was like March 18th of 2021. So this is like over a year ago. And they actually put out a visual like this from before. And it said, we have reached 60,000 plus app users, and they're really excited about it, okay? And we haven't really seen a lot of this kind of communication lately. This would be really great for Veve to do if they could just give us like stuff like this just to keep us updated. I think it's totally great if they did that. But this is something they did like a year ago, way before I was in the app. So I thought I'd throw that to you. This is sort of what they used to do. And then if we actually check out their current Instagram page right here, it actually says that they have 1.9 million active users. Now, this hasn't been updated in a while. I've seen this sitting here for quite a while, but that's what they actually have on their description of their Instagram, right? So, these 2 numbers, obviously vastly different, 2 different time frames completely, but at the same time, this has not been updated since probably like, December or January. I don't know the exact date, of course, but that was sort of the number that we were hearing around the end of December of 2021. So, obviously I don't think we're there. I don't think we're at those numbers at all. So let's just zoom out a little bit. Let's go right here. So you can actually go on to Immutascan, and you can actually look at Veve on there, and that gives us some great info. So Immutascan is a great website. You should check it out. You can just search up a Veve. It gives you some like real great info right from the blockchain. And if you check this out right here, it actually says that we have 593,101 unique owners. Okay, so unique owners. So that means like these are the amount of people who own NFTs on Veve, right? So that's really interesting, everybody. So I think that that's actually closer to the amount of active users we actually have, or this is the amount of owners. It might actually be less because of the fact that we have, multiple wallets for certain people, for sure. So that's really interesting, right? So right over here, you can get other stats too, like, 5,400,000 tokens minted and all that kind of stuff. And you can get more stats, and I'll show you a couple more right here in just a second. But that's interesting, right? So like, let's just say that we have like about 600,000 active users on Veve. So that's the number I'm going to kind of go for this video right here, without fully knowing, without them fully telling us, right? And so, like, what does that mean, everybody? Like, is that good? Is that bad? Like, what does that mean? Let's let's talk about it a little bit more. So let's just go right here. 593,101. That's the number of people who, and what does it say? Unique owners, okay? So like I said, what does this mean? So some people will go, oh man, that's not good. We need to have like way more than that, right? And I really think that we will, of course. And I was, always under the impression that we probably had about 2 million or so active users. But I think now that Veve has really started clamping down on those bot accounts that come and go and come and go, I don't think we have that amount anymore. I think those accounts, obviously, they come in, they flood in, and these are accounts, right? And they would like gobble up a bunch of stuff, and then they would sell it all off, and then they would disappear, and so then the numbers were always kind of up and down. So active users probably talks about those types of things, but actual owners, because those items were then ending up in the wallets or the accounts of probably one or two main accounts of the people who had those bots. So those are what I would think would count as unique owners, okay, and not so much accounts. And I think unique owners is actually the more important stat that we need to look at here, is like how many people actually own NFTs on Veve, how many wallets actually have NFTs in them. And that's the number that we're getting right now. So that to me shows the amount of active users actually, unless there's a few people who are just, we can't transfer anymore. So I think this is really quite a bit more accurate, right? So like I said, what does that mean, right? So it means you're early, okay? If you thought I was going to be negative about it, then you're wrong, right? Because it means that we are still early in this app, and that is an incredible thing, everybody. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? I know we want this app to be like, going like really to the moon right away. And I know we've had moments where we thought we were, but we don't have MTL yet for cash out. All right. We don't have KYC yet. These are still coming. We don't have the web app. All right. So you are an early adopter of Veve still. Okay. I know the OGs who I totally love and respect, and they were here from the beginning. They are the true OGs, the true early adopters. But if you're using this app right now, you're still a very early adopter of Veve. Not a lot of people still know about this app, everybody. People are still finding out about it, and we still have the biggest IPs in the world pretty much for NFTs, right? Marvel, Disney, and all that kind of stuff, and Star Wars and stuff like that, right? So this is, in my opinion, it's still your chance. This number actually that we got right here that I was looking up, that this kind of range of number, now it's impossible to know for sure unless Veve really comes out and tells us, but that kind of number is actually really relieving for me at this moment, because that means that I'm still in this early game, and so are you. We still have a chance, okay? This is still our opportunity to really solidify our collection, before we get all of the big adopters in here, we get all the masses that are still coming. And, I always believe that they're obviously on the way at some point, but we need that MTL to kick in. I think that's pretty obvious. That's going to totally change the market too, everybody. We're going to see wild swings on drops when they first come out, like new items, the OG stuff, the grails, they're going to actually, some of them are going to get sold off immediately when MTL comes in, and they're going to be gobbled up, and then they're going to hit the stratosphere, everybody. This is just what's going to happen, right? So let's just look at this right here. So this is what my advice to you would be, and this is what I'm doing, okay? This is what I'm doing, but I'd say pack your bags, everybody, right now while you still have the chance, okay? You want to load your bags, you want to fill your bags, right? Whatever you call it before, the Veve, excuse me, I'm getting overly excited. Before the Veve rocket ship takes off, everybody, I mean, it's still on the ground. We're still at the loading dock, okay? We're still waiting. People thought we already took off. People thought we were already there, but we're not there yet. And I think the amount of unique owners tells us that we're still growing. We're still on the way. Couple of, like I said, big things need to take place before this happens, but this is great. You're here right now. If you're watching this video, that means you're here right now at this time. This is April the 21st, 2022. So you're still in a great opportunity. And I think it's happening, everybody. We're seeing this happen. I'm watching the secret rare comics. They're dwindling. People are grabbing them. It's not 30-day delistings, everybody. I know I get those kind of comments when we talk about that, and I totally respect your opinion, but it's definitely not that. People are literally stacking these away, and the big ones are going to go the same. Now, like I said, when the new system comes in place and we have an open marketplace with MTL and all that, we're going to see wild swings on brand new drops. They're going to go up and down as people flip and try to take profit. But the big stuff is going to be gone. It's not going to take wild swings. It's going to be solidified. And there are people like me who are like putting those away and not looking at them for a long term, right? So let's just get into it a bit right here. So steady growth. Okay, so let me just look at this. I know it might be hard to see, but let me just zoom in a little bit. Let's see if you can see this. Okay, so right here we got unique owners. So this is also on the Mutascan. You can look at it right here. So February, okay, of this year, we look like 440. Look at this. It's just a slow growth right here of unique owners going all the way up to April. Okay, so this is interesting right here. So that means slow and steady growth even this year. And this is before MTL, before KYC. We're still growing with unique owners, which is, I think, the real key that people need to start using, and not active users. It's unique owners, right? I think that's the real metric we want to measure here. And we're actually still growing. Even through all of the FUD and everything like that, we're still getting more and more unique owners in the app. And that is really encouraging, everybody. And it's going to continue to grow. And as soon as MTL comes, it's going to really take off, everybody, really take off. So like I said, right here, this is a video I made just a few days ago. Go back and watch it if you haven't. I got 5 predictions right there for a year from now in Veve, and it includes a lot of this kind of talk. Like I said, you have to look way ahead, everybody. I mean, this is like where we're at right now. We're still in the early stages, okay? You know, we're not there yet, right? You can watch that video. That would be cool. Little bit right here. So when are we going to get MTL? That's the big question. You know, they keep saying they're working on it, and they are. They're definitely working on it, because once that opens up, sales are going to go flying and increase. There's going to be way more activity. So it just makes more money for Veve and Disney and Marvel and all them. So obviously this is going to happen, but it's taking time, right? So like, you know, it's going to happen in the future. We don't know when, you know, we keep saying it's going to be soon. They keep saying it's soon. We'll see, right? But it doesn't matter to me, because I don't mind being in this early stage. I made a video way back in January about why I think it's still okay that we can't cash out yet. I think it's fine. It's like forced hodling. You have to like hodl and hold on to your stuff. And then you have to, like, you know, think about the money you're putting in right now and go after the items that you really think are going to go far in the future. I think that's great, right? So I'm not selling right now. Like, I'm selling little things here and there while I try to acquire stuff, but I'm not going to be selling. And when MTL does come, I am not going to be selling at that moment either. I know a lot of people can, and you should if you want to take some profits and you want to cash out finally. That's great. But there's people like me who are going to swoop in and buy those items up. And I'm going to ride that wave of the first week or two or whatever of MTL, you know, when the whole thing opens up, and I'm going to solidify my bags. I'm going to pack them really good for that rocket ship, everybody. This is what I'm doing. And in the meantime, while we still have this growth, because you're still early in this app, I'm going to be slowly building, you know, my wealth, you know, not financial advice, but I'm going to be building my collection, you know. I'm going to build it so it continues to go well beyond MTL. So what are you doing? That's what I want to know. Please comment down below. That would be great. I want to know what you think about this whole video. What do you think about the amount of active users? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing at this point? I think it's totally great. I'm actually quite relieved, you know, because I still have a lot of work to do in the app to get the stuff I want to get. And it's really nice for me to know that I still have time, right? I still have time on my side, and so do you, because I wasn't one of the original people. I came in like early October 2021. So I've been here a while, but I haven't been here like as long, and I still have a lot of work to do, and I'm glad I still have the opportunity to do it. So what do you think about that, everybody? So anyway, just before I end the video right here, if you want to get a free Drophead NFT, which is the collection I created, which is Veve inspired, join the channel as a member. You'll get a free one. You just got to join the channel. It's $1 a month, and you can join our Discord. And then I send you over a free Drophead. We got tons of people in there. We got a couple hundred of them already out, people, and they're already playing around, doing some fun stuff. So check that out as well. Anyway, thanks so much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next video, and happy collecting.